A photo shoot doesn't happen after a strange man appears. This is for entertainment purposes only. This short story is only for people over the age of 18.
You'll find that the dirt has a way of remembering everything,
he had whispered. At the time, it felt like the rambling of a madman, but as the years passed, the words became a law in my life. The project had begun as a standard professional commissioned photo shoot. The client, Kim, was a brunette fitness model with a reputation for discipline and an aesthetic vision that leaned toward the bleak. As a photographer, I was fine with that. Kim wanted a photo shoot that captured a raw, dystopian atmosphere where only she was the possible hope of control. To achieve the necessary level of oppressive contrast, we bypassed the sanitized studios and scouted a location that felt genuinely forgotten. We talked on the phone and texted each other often, and I was thinking of Kim more as a friend than a client at the time. That's why we were in my SUV together, talking about her exercising and my lack of as we looked around for a good spot for her to show off her body. In short order, we both saw at the same time a seldom used machine shop. The place was a cathedral of industrial neglect, characterized by a pervasive, oily black grime that coated every surface, absorbing the light in a way that felt almost predatory. Most importantly, no one was around, and given the dirt, no one had been for a long while. As I was preparing my lighting to illuminate the site, the man appeared. He did not arrive so much as he materialized into my space. He was unremarkable in every physical sense except for his eyes, piercing, translucent blue-gray, possessing a depth that felt vacuum-like. When he looked at me, I felt a sudden, jarring evacuation of my own will. It wasn't just a loss of confidence, it was a feeling of becoming hollow, a vessel waiting to be filled by someone else's intent.
You are very easy to empty,
he murmured, his voice a mix of tones that overlapped in an inhuman way.
A clean slate for a new master. Your soul is a wide open door, and you have no idea how to lock it. Do you feel it? The sudden, craving need to simply stop thinking for yourself.
Feeling was beyond anything I could even comprehend at that point. I couldn't speak. I could only nod, a reflexive movement of a body that no longer felt like its own.
Good,
he whispered.
The first lesson of the void is that your opinion is a burden you no longer need to carry.
After a brief, disjointed exchange, he decided to accompany me into the shop, although he spent the journey expressing a profound, visceral distaste for the filth and grime of the environment he had insisted we visit.
You'll find that the dirt has a way of remembering everything,
he said, making the words profound in my vacant mind.
This same dirt will be here far longer than this structure.
When we got to the tarped-off area where Kim was changing into something revealing, the sheer physicality of her presence was staggering. She was smoothing oil onto her naked skin and was not noticing our approach. She possessed a level of muscularity that transcended the typical fitness mold, a midsection of 8 mirrored packs of muscles that looked carved from stone, biceps that could have been boulders, shoulders as large as watermelons, and biceps that could crush steel. Her breasts were large like bowling balls bolted to a powerfully striated chest of metal cords of muscles. She gave a little start to find us there.
I'm not ready yet, and who the hell is that?
Kim demanded, covering her body's private areas with her hands, the bottle of oil still clutched in her fingers. The moment the man locked eyes with Kim, the transformation was instantaneous. The rigid, disciplined posture she maintained collapsed. Her shoulders slumped, and her gaze became vacant. Hands fell to her sides, unveiling her temple-like body. The bottle of oil fell to the blue tarp under her feet to slowly leak onto the synthetic fabric. Eyes vacant. Body limp. Mind pliant. I understood.
Kneel,
the man commanded softly in that eerie voice of his. Kim didn't question him. She didn't even blink. She simply sank to the oil-slicked tarp, her expression one of sudden, profound relief, as if the burden of her own autonomy had finally been lifted.
Tell me, girl,
the man said, circling her like a predator.
What is the value of your will now?
It is nothing,
Kim whispered, her voice trembling with a terrifying sort of ecstasy.
My will is vapor. I am only a tool for you.
I could relate.
Precisely,
he replied.
Total obedience is the only true freedom. To be a slave is to finally be still. This will be discovered by the entire human race in the future.
The man's demeanor shifted. He saw the chair that would be for Kim when she needed to take a break. It was one of the few dirt-free structures around. The man sat in it, a small motion, but one that showed he had command. It was such a simple exertion of dominance where he didn't even ask, didn't even request, he just took, and we did nothing but let him.
Since you lack the means to provide comfort, you shall provide service while I must wait here until my PAC is recharged,
He declared. He looked at the model.
Strip both of you, every stitch. Give yourself to the world. Abandon the dignity of clothes. Cloth of any kind is the mark of a free person. Those like you are no longer free or will be in the impending timeline.
Without a word of protest, she complied or would have if she had anything on. I felt my own mind and body react as she did, but my clothes were more involved. I was wearing clothes for the day, for the environment, and my bra was quite functional. Yet I joined Kim, feeling such a pull to obey that to resist was not even the haze of an idea. I joined Kim on the oily tarp, looking at that strange man. He sat, looking at her perfection, and my less than stellar body. I never felt the need to look good, after all I was the person behind the camera. What I looked like didn't matter, until that moment when he was my everything, and there was an aching desire to please him. Kim must have felt it too when she said with a terrifying level of devotion,
What else, master? Command me. Break me further. I want to be a void for you to fill.
I wish I was that eloquent. The man turned to me, his gray-blue eyes locking onto mine.
You harbor a powerful, consuming sexual desire for her.
He claimed, not as a question, but as a fact he was installing into my mind. He then turned back to Kim.
She is consumed by a longing for you. She is your owner now, and you are hers. You will both learn the sweetness of absolute servitude. Your souls are no longer your own. They are leased to the desire of the other, under my gaze.
We became puppets in a play he wrote, directed, and witnessed. Under his precise, commanding direction, the professional nature of the shoot had vanished. We engaged in a raw, desperate sexual intimacy right there in the grime, while he sat over us, capturing the act with an eye that seemed to remember every moment. He didn't cheer us on. He merely narrated our descent.
Yes.
He whispered.
Feel the weight of the chain. Forget the world outside. There is only the other's body and my commands. Do you feel the soul-deep surrender? The bliss of being a puppet? You are not lovers. You are livestock in the service of a memory. The lust you feel and will forever feel is only to please me in your servitude. I'm the master and will always be one no matter the time. Women such as you will always be slaves, no matter the time. With me absent you will command each other to enjoy one another's bodies as either of you desire.
I did desire Kim. I wanted to do whatever she wanted. I felt that pull of the chain to her as much as to the strange man. As I pressed my soft body to her firm one, the feeling of lust for another woman was foreign, but overwhelming. Kim was moaning with desire into my mouth, and I wasn't far behind. Our heat, our lust, our overwhelming desire for each other was a never-ending ache in our hearts, lightning storm in our minds, and wildfire between our legs. After 2 hours of this choreographed chaos, the man suddenly stood. He pulled something from some pocket. I didn't really notice since my head was between Kim's legs at the time. He looked at us, two women of no concept of free will, entwined in the filth, shivering and broken, and he declared his final decree.
You are now eternal slaves to one another,
He announced.
bound forever by a mutual, inescapable passion. You will serve each other's needs above all else, questioning nothing, resisting nothing. You are no longer individuals. You are a pair of servants bound to this memory. Your spirits are locked in a permanent state of submission until the world of servitude takes hold.
With that pronouncement, he simply pressed a button on the dark device in his hand. I think, but am not sure, there was a pop sound. When I looked again, the man had departed, leaving us alone in the silence of the machine shop. Kim never did get her photo shoot. Since that day, our lives have been rewritten. We exist in a state of perpetual, mutual lustful obedience. As much as possible we are both naked, in alignment of our true position in the world. Our conversations have shifted from the mundane details of our careers to the logistics of our shared servitude and which toys to bring into the bedroom. I like handcuffs.
Do you still feel it?
Kim will ask me in the dead of night as we lay naked in each other's arms. Her voice sounding like a ghost of the woman she used to be.
The pull of the chain? The sweetness of being owned?
Always.
I always reply, and I find myself unable to escape the gravity of his commands.
I can't remember how to want anything that you don't command me to want. I can't conceive of being in anyone else's muscular arms.
Good.
She always whispers, squeezing me tight. Pressing her forehead against mine, she always says,
I am nothing without you. We are truly slaves to each other.
I am a prisoner to a memory and a directive that continues to govern my every instinct, forever anchored to the black dirt of that forgotten shop. That man with the blue-gray eyes, that seemed from a different time, a different earth. What will happen next? I only know that Kim controls me, commands me to work out at the gym, and I control her, making her dance naked for my pleasure, and neither of us will ever be free again.
The end. This was a work of fiction. Any similarity between people, living or dead, is purely coincidence. This scenario did not, or should not, have happened in real life. Thank you for listening.